Welcome to my channel, everyone. It's Dooney at 615, and I am back with my fourth quarter empties. If this is your first time here, welcome. Thank you so very much for taking time out of your day to check out my content. I do hope that if you enjoy what you find here, that you will stick around, watch a few more videos. Consider hitting that subscribe button and turning on the bell alert so that you do not miss any of my future uploads. If you are a tribe sister who follows this series because you're interested in the things that I've hauled, used up, and whether or not I would repurchase them, I'm so glad that you are back because I have quite a few things in my little box here to share with you. So with all of the housekeeping behind us, let's dive in. So the very first item is one that you can continue to see here quarter after quarter after quarter. It is the Be Live apple cider vinegar gummies. I take 2 of these every day. It does appear that I've thrown away a bottle at some point along the way because I typically have 3. But these are a continued purchase for me, and I get these from none other than Amazon. So these are my gummy vitamins, and I take, again, 2 of these every day. I will continue to repurchase these. The next item is one out of my travel bag, which is the Dr. Dennis Gross Alpha Beta Pore Perfecting Cleansing Gel. So I finished this up out of my travel bag. I actually have another one that I'm finishing up as a result of the holidays and some business travel. So it will be time for me to pull out a new one of these. This is not only a repurchase for me because it is TSA compliant at 2 fluid ounces, so I can go through security with no problems. It's also the perfect size for my travel bag. And it is one of the facial cleansers that I keep in rotation here at home. So, needless to say, I love this stuff. I do wish, though, that I could find, and I probably just need to look for a small container that is refillable. So instead of continuing to buy these, which I think are like $14, I could just refill a bottle out of my larger one. But until I take the time to do that, I will purchase and continue to purchase the Dr. Dennis Gross Pore Perfecting Cleanser from the Alpha Beta line. The next item is also a face wash, and it is the Pharmacy Be Clean Ultra Gentle Facial Cleanser. And here it is. So there's the bottle. Will I purchase this again? So when I first started using this, I actually thought that I was going to end up putting it in the trash because it bothered my allergies so bad, just from a fragrance, from a scent standpoint. It's very earthy. But the instructions are to apply this cleanser on wet or damp skin. And as soon as I did that, it's like the fragrance, the earthiness would just bloom. And I did not like the smell of it at all. And at that time, I thought, I'm not going to repurchase this. And it's doubtful that I'm going to finish it. But then I started applying it on dry skin, and it was so much better. I've used it, put it on at the sink before I get in the shower so my skin is dry. I've applied it and then sat at the steamer, and I absolutely love this cleanser now. But I could not follow the instructions and apply it on wet or damp skin because of that earthiness. I just didn't care for that smell when my skin was wet. So Pharmacy Clean B, will I repurchase it? Yes, I will. Will I use it on wet skin? No, I will not. I had to figure out a way to use this so that it worked for me. And when I did, I fell in love with it. The next item is a hand wash from Bath and Body Works, or hand soap. And this is the Pacific Coral Reef. And would I repurchase this? No. And it doesn't smell bad. It has a really clean smell, but it just wasn't anything spectacular to me. The scent does linger for a little while. So if you like a clean, lingering scent on your hands, then you may like this one. Again, it's the Pacific Coral Reef. I just didn't care for it. It's clean, but I want the scent to fade, because then I'm going to be applying some kind of moisturizer or hand cream, and I don't need those scents to conflict, be in a battle with each other. It doesn't smell bad. It just isn't one that I would purchase again. And I don't think I have any more of these in my stash. So this is the end of the line for the Pacific Coral Reef. The next item is a repurchase of my Olay body wash, but this one is not like that. It's not the hyaluronic acid that I normally get, because Amazon sent me an alert that they were temporarily out of that one. So I switched to a different scent. And this is the Collagen B3 Cleansing and Firming Body Wash. I like it. It grew on me, but as soon as my hyaluronic acid restocked, I switched back from the B3 to the hyaluronic acid, if that tells you anything. I do have a couple more of these, because when my order is for like 4 or 6, and I have them coming every few months. It doesn't smell bad. If the hyaluronic acid is ever out again, I would switch back to this one, because I enjoyed it, but not enough for it to be the permanent replacement for my hyaluronic acid one, which is in the pink. I think it's in pink. So would I repurchase this again? I'm going to say yes, but again, it would only be if it was an amazing deal, or if Amazon sends me an alert saying that the hyaluronic acid is out of stock, and then this would be my backup. Again, this is the Collagen B3 Cleansing and Firming Body Wash from Olay. All right. The next item is from the Inky List, and it is my beloved PHA toner. Listen, this stays at home. It travels with me. I've gotten my sister turned on to it. It has now become a staple in my healthy lip routine, and I love this stuff. It's an inexpensive product from Sephora. It works. It's gentle. You can use it even if you have sensitive skin. This time of year, if you have dry, cracked, peeling lips, exfoliate them with like a sugar oil scrub. Follow up with the PHA, because you got to get them back in order. And then apply a very hydrating emollient lip balm or lip mask, and notice a difference that this makes. So whether it is face, whether it is lips, or any place else, I am in love with the PHA toner and will be repurchasing it. The next item is from Good Molecules, and it is the Discoloration Correcting Serum. You have seen this on my channel before. I cannot tell you how many of these bottles I have gone through and will continue to purchase. This is an inexpensive but effective serum. I noticed a difference in my complexion and some of the hyperpigmentation that I had when I started using the Good Molecules. I keep one at home. I keep one in my travel bag. I will be repurchasing. And if you have not tried anything yet from Good Molecules, I recommend that if you're having hyperpigmentation or like post-acne scarring, I would recommend incorporating the discoloration correcting serum into your regimen. I also would recommend, again, the PHA toner because it will gently exfoliate, especially if you have sensitive skin. If you have active acne though, I would avoid the PHA until you can kind of get that calmed down because that is an acid. This is a great starting place for Good Molecules and very similarly priced to the Inky List product lines. The next item is one from Biossance, and it is their Squalene plus Vitamin C Dark Spot Serum. I like this. It has, I think it's a white shiitake or white, there's a white mushroom in this that is good for lightening hyperpigmentation. I did like this. I repurchase it, but I would prefer it in a kit. I just don't feel like this lasted as long. I don't feel like I was heavy-handed in my usage. Maybe this bottle just didn't get enough when it went through the production line. I really liked it. I felt like it was a good partner serum with the Good Molecules discoloration serum, but I just don't feel like it was the quantity, the volume that was in this bottle. I feel like I got cheated just a little bit on this purchase. So will I purchase it again? Probably, but I'll open the bottle before I'll open the box before I do to make sure that the bottle is full. And it will likely be during one of either the spring or the holiday VIB sale so that I can get 20% off. So probably won't see this one back on my channel anytime soon. Don't have anything bad to say. It's purely a volume and usage and the fact that I went through this way too quick for the volume that should have been in this bottle. So there's that. The next item is the Tatcha Luminous Dewy Skin Mask. I keep these on deck in my beauty fridge. And would I repurchase it? Yes. Have I repurchased it lately? No, but I do have quite a few of them still in my stash. I love the mask from Tatcha. It is a part of, you know, I've incorporated them several times into my Saturday lounge around the house beauty routine. The next item is one that you probably haven't seen for a while, but just know it stays in rotation, and that is the Fresh Sea Berry Moisturizing Face Oil. This is bae. Like, I love this oil. I use oil on my face, whether it's summer, spring, winter, or fall. This one is light. It has omega-3, 6, 7, and 9. It helps to eat up fine lines and wrinkles. It makes my skin have a healthy glow. It helps to hold moisture in because it creates a little bit of a seal barrier. I love this stuff. I keep a small bottle in my travel bag so it goes with me. The larger bottle usually feeds the smaller one while I'm using this one, this size, at home on my vanity. And then I pull another one out of my stash, and if my stash is running low, then I will repurchase. I love this oil and have been using it for years. I have tried several different brands, mixes, varieties of oil. Some I have really enjoyed, some not so much, but this is the most frequently purchased oil, face oil on my channel. Hands down, love this from Fresh. So again, there it is, the Fresh Sea Berry Moisturizing Face Oil. Okay. The next item is another one from Good Molecules, and it is the hyaluronic acid serum. I love my hyaluronic acid. Just like Essence, hyaluronic acid has become a staple in my daytime or morning AM skincare routine. I love hyaluronic acid, but between the Inky List and the hyaluronic serum from Good Molecules, I prefer the texture and the what do I want to say? The texture and the lightweight kind of liquid feel of the one from the Inky List, because it to me is more similar to the Dr. Dennis Gross formula that was significantly more expensive, that introduced me to hyaluronic acid. The one from Good Molecules, this one has a thicker texture. It's a little bit more like a gel. Would I repurchase it? Yes, I'm using one in a large jumbo bottle right now at my vanity, but the Inky List one is what's in my travel bag. On a good sale, it's a good price. No gripes with the product itself. It's just that I prefer the thinner formula because it reminds me more of the one from Dr. Dennis Gross. But on that note, will I repurchase this again? I would repurchase it. It's not a bad price. It's not a bad product. It works the same. I just have a thing about the texture, and I like the other one just a little bit lighter, better because it's lighter, thinner, and absorbs a bit quicker. And when I'm in a rush trying to get all of my layers of skincare on in the morning, it helps that that one absorbs a little bit quicker so that I can move on to the next step in my routine. Okay, the next item is the Nivea Cream Care Body Wash. I have been so all over the place with these Nivea Cream Body Washes. I've gotten a couple different scents. At one point, I didn't like them. Then I started using them. Then I didn't particularly care for that one fragrance. Then I fell in love with it. Then I switched fragrances because I bought so many of them. And now I'm at a point where this has been the body wash that I've been putting in my travel size body wash bottle. And I love it when I'm away from home. I love it in the hotels. It does have a good smell. It's kind of a cream cleanser. It foams and lathers, but who knows, when I open the next bottle, the next quarter, I could come back on and completely feel different. So I'm not going to call this a love-hate relationship, but what I will say is where before I probably would have walked past these bottles again if I saw them again in like TJ Maxx. But now I would take another look. Not that I need any more body wash, but they're back on the, I would consider repurchasing them. They're not bad. It's just some of the fragrances were ones that were only released overseas, and very similar to like the Pharmacy Be Clean face wash. I just have a thing with scents and fragrances, and if it is not love at first sight, at first sniff, sometimes it's a no for me, but other times I may figure out a way to incorporate it and make it work. So that's weird, but if you want to discuss it down in the comments, I'm happy to try to explain it with a bit more clarity. All right. The next item is the Fresh Soy Face Cleanser, and I love this stuff. I've been using it for years. I have several of these in my stash. This one was in my travel bag, and I finally finished using it. Sometimes if I feel like my skin is in a really, really good place and I don't need a bunch of actives in my face wash, this is the cleanser that I go back to. It has been pretty good. It's really good in removing makeup. Now, I don't wear a lot of what I will say is transfer resistant. I spray a setting spray to help keep makeup from transferring. All of that to say, I use regular people's makeup. It doesn't have, I'm not wearing 10,000 layers of concealer. Matter of fact, I'm not wearing any concealer. I've got two small dabs of foundation that I put on, sorry, not foundation, tinted moisturizer that I put on a brush. I put some setting powder on. This face wash will get all of this face off tonight. So I do love this cleanser. Every once in a while they have it in like the jumbo. If you have sensitive skin, if you are looking to put another face wash in rotation that doesn't have a bunch of actives, just something to wash, refresh, cleanse, and go, then I absolutely recommend Fresh. The next item is the Dr. Dennis Gross Exfoliating Body Treatment. This is from their Alpha Beta line. These are just bigger pads with different acids that will work on texture on your body. So whether it is maybe you've got a little bit of KP skin, or maybe you're working on, I don't know, knees and elbows, for the warm weather to return, this exfoliating body peel treatment is amazing. Will I buy these again? Absolutely yes. They are spectacular. I really love everything about the Alpha Beta line and all of the peel options that DDG offers. So that is an absolute yes. Another DDG item, and I've used several of these this quarter, but I think I only have maybe 2 in here. And you know, I always do 3-day boot camp. So at some point, at least one of these got thrown away. This is the Dr. Dennis Gross Alpha Beta Peel Pads. One of them is they changed their packaging a little bit, but they're the same extra strength peel. I use this for my face. I do it in a 3-day boot camp because I find that my skin will be at its best when I do something for 3 days in a row and then move away from it. And that way my skin doesn't get so sensitized, and it also doesn't get desensitized to the point that the product will not work. But you use step 1, wipe over all of your face parts. Don't forget your ears, they're your skin too. I use it on my neck, décolletage, and then if I have any moisture left, I will do like the back of my hands or elbows, knees. Let it sit for 2 minutes. The actives in here act like Pac-Man. They eat up all of the little top layers of stuck on, dead, dull skin. And then after 2 minutes, you use step 2, which is a neutralizer to stop Pac-Man from eating things up. And you will definitely notice a difference in the brightness of your complexion, the texture, the glow, the absorption of your products. I absolutely love the Dr. Dennis Gross or DDG Alpha Beta Peel Pads. You see, there's a theme to the products from Dr. Dennis Gross that I absolutely love. And they, for the most part, are all from the Alpha Beta line. All right. The next item is one from DDG that I don't like. I don't care for it. And this was the travel size of the Dr. Dennis Gross C Collagen Deep Cream. This is a moisturizer. It is vitamin C. I was very excited about this travel size in my bag when I got it, but will I repurchase it? No. I didn't even finish it because this stuff peels so bad. By peels, I mean it balls up on your skin. Like it looks like you need to take a brush and wipe off stuff off of your face. I do not like it. It did not work well with the Dr. Dennis Gross products. It didn't work well with other products that I have in my stash that I use on a regular basis. So I knew it was not any of those items because I don't have any problems with peeling. But when I finished with this moisturizer, oh my goodness, I want them to reformulate this because it is awful. I I started with this travel size. Then they had a sale on the full size. So I bought the full size, discovered that this was the problem, gave the full size one to my sister. She's not had any problems with it, but she's also more of a face wash, moisturizer, sunscreen, and go, where I'm using more serums. I'll use eye cream, I'm using essence, all of those things. She's not had any problems with it, but this right here, this is a no for me. This is an absolute no. And because my sister has enjoyed the large version, I don't have any regrets about buying it, but it's a no. I will not be repurchasing, and I am not finishing it. All right, the next item that I have in my stash are a couple of Boscia Sake Brightening Hydro Gel Eye Mask. These are just for under the eye, extra hydration. I love first using some essence, then putting on my hyaluronic acid because it takes to any kind of moisture like a magnet, and then putting any eye gel, eye cream, or mask underneath my eye, because you can tell a noticeable difference that the skin is actually absorbing and holding on to the ingredients, the moisture from the eye mask. So I did a couple of these over the past quarter. These were primarily when the weather started to go from cool to more cold days, because there are a couple of places on my face that as I'm aging, when the weather changes, they get like a little bit dry. So I know to pull out my alpha beta peel pads, my essence, start, doing a little bit more exfoliating, more mask, more peels, and it will get my skin back in order. So these are in rotation. I keep these in the beauty fridge so that the coolness will help soothe, and I love those. The next item is the exuviance version of the Dr. Dennis Gross 2-step peel pads. And I didn't do these back to back. I should have done them as a 2-day or 3-day boot camp, but I didn't. I did one last quarter, one this quarter. This is step 1. This is step 2. It works the same way as the 2-step Dr. Dennis Gross peel pads, but I will say that even though I'm using the DDG extra strength, I no longer feel the tingling from those acids, because I feel like they are effective but mild, even though they say they're extra strength. I did feel some tingle from the Exuviance Performance Peel AP, and I don't know that I would purchase these. They weren't bad. I just didn't see after one application the brightness and radiance in my skin the way that I do when I use the DDG pads. So while I really, really love the Exuviance toner, I love their oxygen mask, I don't know that I would go seek these out unless the DDG version was completely out of stock and I just needed a peel that I could use as a boot camp. So not bad, little bit of a tingle, didn't quite feel like the radiance was there. But if they were a sample, if I was looking for samples and they had this, I'd pick up a sample. If there were a kit that had Exuviance products in it and this was one of the products in there, I wouldn't be mad at it, but I just can't say that I would go and seek them out. DDG really has my heart when it comes to the peel pads. The next item is a rollerball of my signature favorite fragrance from Nest, and it is Dahlia and Vines. This stuff is amazing. I've got rollerballs, I've got full-size bottles. I keep one in my purse, I keep them in my travel bag, I keep them at home. I've gotten my sister turned on to this fragrance as well, and she has purchased the large 3.4 ounce bottle. If you can find this and smell it, or find it and get a rollerball to try it, it is exquisite. It is so ladylike and intoxicating. I don't do well with notes. I probably couldn't have told you what a vine smelled like before I got this fragrance, but of all of the Nest fragrances, I have gone through this one the most. I do have a couple of others that I really, really like, but this one stays on hand. It is, again, the Nest Dahlia and Vines, and I plan to never be without it. So Nest, don't get any ideas about discontinuing this from your site. Okay, the next item is one that is probably a little different, but your teeth are a part of your beauty routine, I hope. This is the My Smile Dental Grade Teeth Whitening Kit. It came with 3 tubes of whitening gel, and I guess I saved 2 and trashed the 3rd one somewhere along the way. It comes with an LED LED mouth tray guard. I just went completely blank. So here it is. I picked this up from Amazon. I will tell you that I'm now using Smile Actives, and I'm extremely pleased with them. I do continue to use the LED light for whitening because I do have some other whitening gel that I occasionally use, but this is the kit. Would I repurchase? I will say yes. I've actually repurchased the My Smile gel tubes, but I don't need to buy a new tray because I have the LED light still for this one, and I also have the one for Smile Actives. So that's a yes. That's something different. If you don't want to do in-office teeth whitening and you can be consistent for a while, this will work. But the Smile Actives will also work as well, and you will see significant results. So nothing like yellow teeth that will make you look, that will age you. So if you haven't done so in a while, and maybe your toothpaste isn't doing what the commercials promise, then maybe it's time to add just a little something extra to help bring your teeth back to a level of whiteness. Okay, the next are the G-Mark toilet seat covers. I keep them in my bag. I travel with them. They are a yes, an absolute repurchase. I don't know if you consider them to be a beauty item, but I do. All right. The next item is the Elemis Pro Collagen Marine Cream. This is a 1/2 ounce bottle because it's perfect for my travel bag. Will I repurchase this again? The answer is yes. Did you not hear me say Elemis? I love Elemis. Yes, I will repurchase this. This is one of the few moisturizers that I can use year round. You know, with it being cold right now, I typically go back to the Drunk Elephant Lala whipped retro cream because that's my go-to winter moisturizer. But this one will hold the moisture in as well. It's a little bit more, it's a lighter formula, a little bit more, I consider it to be kind of a gel cream hybrid. And I love this. That's the 1/2 ounce bottle. The next is a couple of lip products. This is the mini or small of the Pat McGrath what does she call her lipsticks? I just drew a blank, but the color is Elson 3. It is a red. It is a red that you see me wearing on my channel often. I don't have it on today. I've got Too Faced on today, but I finished this mini and then I purchased the full size. But that's the color. It's a blue based red and it is absolutely gorgeous. So I can say that I finished the lipstick in 2022 and purchased the full size. We'll see how long it takes me to finish the full size. But here it is in the little mini. I've had it in my purse, in my travel bag. It lasted a whole lot longer than I thought that it would. The color is absolutely gorgeous. It's vibrant. It's a deep red, and reds also help your teeth to look white. So if you've not experimented with a red lipstick, maybe in 2023, it's a year for you to try some minis to find what your red color is, because every woman can pull off a red lip. I'm not saying that it has to be a blue based, red lippy, but every woman can pull off a version of a red lip. And keep in mind, berry colors fall into that color scheme as far as I'm concerned. So that's from Pat McGrath. I have purchased again the full size and I love it. The next, you probably thought that I ditched because I keep saying $18 is ridiculous for the Brazilian Kiss Cupuaçu lip butter from Sol de Janeiro, but I continue to buy it and I continue to use it because I don't have to apply it 10,000 times. I am one and done. It moisturizes, especially partnered with that Inculus PHA toner. Remember me telling you about the peel? This is oftentimes what I will apply after I've used the PHA toner. I dig the inside out. I make sure I get every bit of my $18 out of these tubes, and I guess I'm gonna continue to purchase until I find something that works better. I already have another one at my vanity and I have one in my purse. So will I repurchase it? Yes. Did I repurchase it during the most recent Sephora sale? The answer is no, but it was because it was already out of stock. Had it been in stock, I would have purchased at least 2 of them. And they've actually also been out of stock on the Sol de Janeiro website. So if you come across them and they're in stock, please, please, please let me know, because I'm on the alerts for Sephora for when it restocks, and I've not gotten one lately. The next item is the OC Eudaria algae body oil. This stuff is expensive. This is, I think, an 8-ounce bottle, or maybe a 6-ounce. I can't tell. Maybe it's 8.6. This stuff is expensive. It is amazing. Will I repurchase it? I'm embarrassed to say yes. Y'all know I mix oil with nearly every lotion, every body cream, and this one makes everything that I mix it with amazing. It leaves my skin silky smooth, radiant, hydrated, moisturized, even when I use it by itself. I don't know what they put in this. I should probably do a bit more research since it is so expensive. But will I repurchase it again? The answer is yes. I already have, and I've purchased some other items from this line that I am exploring and have so far really enjoyed. It's a great line. If you can find it on sale, if you can wait until the Nordstrom sale, you might be able to find these then. This is a purchase from Ulta, not from Sephora. And then the last thing is, I've hauled it on the channel. There were many of you that were curious about, does it work? And I have completed a bottle. I've actually completed probably 2 bottles now, because I keep one at home. I keep one in my travel bag. And this stuff is amazing. It works. It is amazing. And I have gone from purchasing 1 bottle a month from Amazon to send me 2, so that I always have one at home and I always have one in my travel bag. Now, what am I talking about? I am talking about the Theraworx Relief. This is for muscle cramps and spasms. So I don't know what it is, but lately I have had night leg cramps. Not every night, not consistently. Sometimes I think it's based on maybe the shoes that I've worn for the day or the amount of physical activity or what. But this stuff knocks out leg cramps like that. Do you hear me? So it is a foam. You just shake it up. Even if you don't shake it, it's just kind of loose, but a good foam. Couple of pumps, and then just rub it on your legs. And before I can count to 10, usually the muscle cramps have subsided or have completely released in my legs. If you have muscle cramps in your feet, if you have them in your hands, I saved this for last because I want to emphasize that if you are having issues or if you know someone, they will love you when they get this. I have a cousin that also, her husband, I told him about it. He saw it in my bag. And I was telling him about it, and he was like, does it work? And I was like, it absolutely does. And it's not super expensive like the one that I get from Ebates. And he said, I'm going to surprise my wife and I'm going to get her one because she keeps me up at night when she has leg cramps. And she too has fallen in love with the Theraworx. This is an Amazon purchase. I have lately been seeing commercials for it on TV. It is a small family-owned company. And let me tell you, as long as I can continue to buy from them, they will not go out of business because this works. It works, it works, it works. It is not beauty related, but let me tell you, if you have leg cramps at night and the next day you were sleepy because they kept you up at night, it becomes a beauty product because this can solve it. If you are not at your best the next day because your legs or your hands or your feet are tight and uncomfortable because you had muscle cramps or spasms all night and you just got a nasty attitude the next day because you're not well rested and you're sore and tight, this becomes a beauty product as far as I'm concerned. So Theraworx Relief, this is the foam. It is for muscle cramps and spasm relief. Get you some. I'm going to leave a link down below. You can purchase it from my Amazon store so that you don't have to fumble around. If you are kind enough to use my link below to my Amazon store, I benefit monetarily from a small commission. Trust me, that's not paying the light bill, the water bill, or anything else. But I wanted to come back and make sure that you know that this right here, this is the truth. Buy you some, pick you up some, get it. You will not be disappointed. On that note, that is the conclusion to my 2022 empties, also known as hauled it, but how was it, right? I've shared a lot of different purchases on this channel, and I like to come back and share with you how it performed. Did I like it? Would I repurchase it? Is it worth the money? To help save you from all of the experimenting if you are not a product junkie. So let me know of the empties that I shared with you for the fourth quarter of 2022. What are your favorites? Are there any products that you're interested in? Any that you're familiar with? I'm curious. Leave a comment down below. I look forward to engaging with you in the comments. And until first quarter 2023, I hope that you are enjoying the things that you have purchased for your self-care and your beauty routine. If there are any products that you are using or that you recommend that you've not seen on this channel, please leave a link below and even drop us a hyperlink so that we don't have to go to Google. We can just click on your link and find the products to do some research and maybe purchase. Thank you so very much for watching. Until next time, take care and be well.